How did these college football penalty reversals become controversial? Imagine watching a game where a big play suddenly gets wiped out or stands despite questionable calls. That's what has happened in recent college football games, sparking heated debates. When officials reverse penalty calls during a game, it can change everything. Fans, coaches, and players all get caught up in the confusion and frustration. These reversals often seem inconsistent, which makes people wonder if the rules are being applied fairly. One of the most talked about incidents was during the game between Auburn and Oklahoma in September of 2025. Oklahoma wide receiver Isaiah Sadinga pretended to leave the field, then ran an uncontested route for a touchdown. The officials missed that he was using a tactic called a hideout play, which is against the rules. A rules analyst on television quickly pointed out that the play should have been penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct. The Southeastern Conference officiating office later confirmed that the officials did not interpret the play correctly. Because the play was not penalized, the touchdown stood. Oklahoma ended up winning by just 7 points, making that missed call very important in the final result. Another example was during the game between Georgia and Texas. Texas safety Jody Barron intercepted a pass thrown by Georgia's quarterback Carson Beck. The officials initially called pass interference on Barron, which gave Georgia the ball back. But after some fans threw debris onto the field and replays were shown on the stadium screens, the officials changed their minds and reversed the call. This allowed the interception to stand. Georgia's coach Kirby Smart was very upset, arguing that officials should not change their decision based on crowd reactions. These situations became controversial because they showed how inconsistent the rules enforcement can be. The missed call in the Auburn-Oklahoma game was a clear rule violation that officials overlooked, despite it being emphasized earlier in the season. The reversal in the Georgia-Texas game seemed to be influenced more by crowd noise than by a proper review process. When officials admit mistakes after the game instead of fixing them during play, it frustrates everyone involved. Coaches and players want fairness and clarity, and these reversals raise questions about whether the rules are being applied the same way in every game. The bigger issue is how penalty enforcement is handled across college football. Officials have to make quick decisions on complex plays, but when those decisions are later proven wrong, it makes people wonder about the consistency of training and standards. The SEC's acknowledgement that the hideout play should have been penalized set a precedent that made fans and broadcasters more aware of how important proper rule interpretation really is. These incidents show that even with clear rules, the way they are enforced can sometimes lead to controversy and debate over fairness in the game.